Hi everyone, Kate here, and today I'm off on a trip to the Vintage Day Spa, aka my bathroom. Now I've been feeling rather frazzled lately and have the stress breakouts to prove it, so I decided this was the perfect time to treat myself to a little bit of historical beauty pampering. Now I know a couple beauty treatments aren't going to solve all of life's problems, but it is a fun way to have a soothing bit of R&R time on a budget. Listening to old jazz or ragtime while at the Vintage Home Spa is completely optional, but highly recommended. Also, this may get a bit messy, so don't wear anything too precious. In terms of the treatments on offer today, we will be trying a 1931 oil shampoo, an Edwardian face massage and steam treatment, and a 1937 mud pack. Giving yourself a vintage-inspired manicure at the end is also highly recommended, but I won't be going into too much detail about that in this video. Let's start with the hair, as that needs the longest to set. The Cream of Beauty from 1931 gives this suggestion for an oil shampoo treatment. An even better manner of applying the oils to the hair is that known as the oil shampoo. For this, only a vegetable oil should be used. Almond oil again is best, but pure olive oil will serve very well. First of all, the hair should be well brushed. Then, the hair is enveloped for a little while in a towel, which has been wrung out in hot water to render the scalp more receptive. Meantime, the oil should be warmed to a pleasant heat. A little is sprinkled on the head and thoroughly massaged in with the tips of the fingers. Sufficient oil should be used to render the hair distinctly greasy, and if it can be allowed to remain in this condition for some hours, so much the better. Afterwards, the excess oil is removed by shampooing the hair in the ordinary way, with warm water and soap, or warm water and a good shampoo lotion or shampoo powder. A thorough treatment of the hair with oil in this manner once every month or two will in most cases be found extremely beneficial. The hair gains considerably in strength and luster as a result. The oil shampoo can be confidently recommended in those cases where the hair has that lifeless appearance which is so detrimental to its beauty. I just love an oil treatment for hair and scalp health. If this seems a bit familiar, it's very similar to the procedure I followed for my 1930s summer video. I love the addition of the heated towel though. That was lovely. We're going to let that oil sink in as I move on to the next treatment. We're traveling now back in time to the Edwardian era for a face steam as recommended by Health and Beauty Hints from 1910. Now they suggest using a chafing dish or a special made face steamer, but as I have neither of those, I'll just be using a bowl and some just boiled water. The original directions read as follows. It is worth remembering before going through this cleansing experience that boiling steam will burn the skin, and so the temperature of the water must be a trifle lower than the boiling point, yet sufficiently high to throw out heat that will generate perspiration. After everything is arranged for the bath, the face should be well rubbed with cold cream, applying it thickly with the fingertips, and rubbing vigorously in a rotary motion over the entire face, making the upward part of the stroke stronger than the downward. This will take at least 5 minutes, and longer if properly done. The bath should then be ready, and the face bent over, holding a towel so that the steam is thrown directly on the skin. If necessary to get fresh air to breathe, the mouth may be uncovered for about 2 seconds. After the face is hot and the perspiration starts, it should be wiped with a soft old linen to remove the grease, and then the face should be steamed again. This wiping is repeated until there is no trace of grease. 15 or 20 minutes should be devoted to the bath, and at the end of this period, the face must be wiped for the last time. For the final treatment, cold water may be dashed over to tighten the skin. Steaming the face by this method should not be resorted to oftener than once a week. Carefully done, it will soften and refine the skin and clear the complexion. Instead of a drying clay-based mask, I'm going to be using a oatmeal mud pack from The Wave Beauty from 1937. They suggest mixing toilet oatmeal, which is basically like an oat flour, with some sort of liquid component. If your skin is oily, you can mix it with witch hazel, or if your skin is dry, you can try mixing the oatmeal with an oil. If you want a mask that is both nourishing and astringent, they recommend mixing the oatmeal with an egg, which sounds really good to me. If it isn't liquid enough, you can also add in a splash of milk. Anyone else getting a craving for oatmeal cookies about now? If you don't want to use oat flour, popular alternatives from the time would be just a plain egg, a mixture made with almond flour instead of the oat flour, or an actual clay mask, likely made with something like kale and clay. The book suggests the following procedure for applying a mud pack. Apply the pack with a bone spatula or the flat side of the handle of a tablespoon. Spread the mixture on the neck first of all, and gradually work upwards. Do not allow any of the pack to reach the eyes. Take great care to spread the pack evenly. Extra weight on one part of the face would drag the skin and stretch it, so counteracting the good effects of the treatment. When the face and neck are covered with the moist clay, lie down and cover the eyes with the eye pads. Do not move any of the muscles of the face, but lie perfectly still until the pack is dry. A drawing sensation is experienced when the pack begins to work. Okay, keeping in mind that egg oatmeal packs don't dry out quite as much as clay, I think this one feels about ready to be removed. Do this gently with a washcloth and some warm water. Speaking of ready to be removed, time to shampoo out all that oil. Now, depending on how much oil you applied, you may need to shampoo twice. It's at this point you can also give yourself a nice manicure if you're in need. There's nothing quite like a little bit of restorative pampering. And as I mentioned, given the budget-friendly nature of the at-home vintage spa, there really is no reason one can't afford to indulge in a visit, at least from time to time. Well, I'm off to relax with a book and finish this day off perfectly. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye! This video was made possible through the generous support of my Patreons. Thank you.